Hi, welcome back. So one of the things I might do, assuming I actually wanted to save this, is save it up there. You can just hit save. And you may need to sign in. Usually just using a Google sign-in works pretty well. Give it a title. I'm going to call this miscellaneous. Save it. That saves it. And then this has kind of standard features. There's a save as up here, there's an open, and so forth. One of the things that happens when you open, which I want to show, if I open, oh, I didn't want to open it, I wanted to do new model, which you can do from the other one. You typically get to choose, do you want to do feet and inches, meters, and millimeters. Now, we're having fun just kind of drawing stuff, but I want to show you how to draw stuff to scale, because that's what architects do. I'm going to pick meters just because it's the easiest to start. We can do meters. Going to do a new one. It's going to throw Perspective Man back in there. Okay, he's about 2 meters tall, and I want to show you something interesting. So I'm going to draw a box. So I'm going to click. I'm going to click. Now, you'll notice down here, that's 1.58 meters by 2.47 meters, which is a really kind of weird distance. As soon as I hit click, if I don't touch anything else, do not click down here. Just start typing. If I just type, maybe I want this to be a 2 by 2 meters, square meter, 2 meters by 2 meters, 4 square meters. So if I just type in 2, 2, it's going to make it exactly that size. Okay, so this is roughly how tall he is. And let's just verify that if he's actually that tall. I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to do the same trick. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to let go. And there, over there it says 0.18. I'm not going to click there. I'm just going to type in 2. I think this is going to basically trap him. 2. Yeah, he's a little bit shorter than 2 meters. 2 meters is, you know, superhero tall. And once again, as a reminder, I can use this over here to orbit and pan and zoom, but that is the slow way. Stay away from those. Instead, just keep in whatever tool you are and hold down the mouse key or mouse scroll bar to rotate around, zoom in and out, and then once again shift with the scroll, clicking on the scroll on the mouse wheel pans. Now, one thing I forgot to show last time is occasionally you'll get like in some kind of really weird orientation and you want to get it back to normal. Over here on this right sidebar, one of the options here is views. If you click on that, okay, now this other one's still open. I'm going to close it. I'm going to close that. Okay, I got views. These are just different ways you can rotate this guy around. So oftentimes I think this is the standard view, this lower right one. I don't know why it's not that one. That's actually reverse of where we started. This is where we normally start. It's just a nice way to kind of get back in the right frame of mind if you've zoomed way out or you kind of have lost yourself as far as where things are. So that's perspective over there. I'd encourage you to look through all these over here and look through these others, and I'll just show you one really fun thing that I think is totally cool. If you scroll down under display, you can turn shadows on. And what's really amazing about this, you can say what time of day it is and what date it is on what part of the earth, and it will do exact shadows for wherever that is. Way cool. Okay, I'm going to close that back up. Let's see. Okay, so I've made this 2 meters by 2 meters. Maybe I don't know how long that is. Another really cool thing is I can use this measuring device to measure it. But what I like better is a lot of times to actually label the dimensions. So if I pick this guy, I can click, click, drag out, and I've now labeled my box. This looks very professional. I'm going to click real quick to check my notes, which you may or may not see. Oh, did that? Oh, just a couple of things. I want to remind you about inference points again. Once again, endpoint, midpoint, red is just you're along the edge there. And the other thing is when I start drawing, I can change with the up, right, and left arrow kind of where things are going to go. And then, oh, if I get all the way out here, I'm like, oh, I didn't like that, I can erase it using the eraser. I can also just do the undo. Lots of options here. Let's go back again. Click there, and then I can use the pull-up tool to grab that guy, pull up, and if I want to make sure it's on the green axis, so that's working. There's another option. If I wanted to make kind of a pointy roof, here's another option. If I click, 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 and click, there's a little point in the middle of the now. I can pull that up. Watch what happens now. I grab that little point and pull it up. This thing has now got this weird little thing on top of it. So that's really cool. And I'm going to use the pan tool, shift, and grab this guy, move it over. I'm going to try one more thing. I'm going to use my pencil. I'm going to draw along there, draw along. I'm in blue. That's not what I want. I want red. That's good. I'm going to draw that. And I am not in the right place. I think this will work. Nope. Now let's see. Okay, so that did not turn the right color, so I didn't do that right. I'm going to back up a couple steps. I was trying to get this to be in the same plane. So what I might want to do now, because this is the trick I wanted to show, I'm going to go back over here to this. I'm going to do this from the overhead. Okay, now this is a flat surface, which I should be able to just draw on. Do that. Do that. Okay, that's solid. I'm going to go back to this. Okay. I'm going to scroll around a little bit. I am going to do something a little weird. I'm going to draw on that, but I'm going to kind of do a point in the middle. Connect these two. I'm going to connect these two. I'm going to connect these two. And now I'm going to grab, this is just a kind of a weird pyramid thing. That's just nice practicing to see how these broken things work. Grab that, pull straight up. And now once again, if I click, I can rotate around. I've got this cool looking pyramid. And then finally, the last thing I want to show is back over here, there's something called materials. I can find it. Materials. Materials. Once again, I'm going to close this. So I can paint a certain color. But what's even cooler, and this may take a minute, so if I'm patient and give it a minute to load, it'll load all these very cool materials that I can paint with, including things like grass and gravel and brick, things like that. And this does take, I don't know, it may take as long as 30 seconds. Let's think if I can think of anything else to do while I'm having you guys look at this. Okay, so carpet. I can paint that with some carpet. Paint that so it, let's see, no, vegetation. You can make this look like it's nice grid. I can make something look like gravel. Very cool. And once again, click the mouse wheel to kind of scroll around and look at things. And I think that's good. Oh, and then if I wanted to save, I would save.